This is Rainbow Harmony, here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And welcome back to my channel. I have missed you guys. Oh my gosh, I know it's been a little while since I posted. I did a couple live sessions. But yeah, I've just been really tired because I've been traveling to my next location and I'm finally here. I'm on an island in Croatia. So happy to be here, and I'm popping on today to do this reading for you guys because today is the summer solstice. This is an event, you guys. This day marks that your glow up is here. So your glow up is here. It's here, you guys. Everything that you've been trying to manifest, everything you've been working towards, all of that like purging and releasing that we went through during that recent Mercury retrograde cycle and those eclipses, now you can finally expect to see like the rewards and the harvest from seeds that you planted long ago. This is a wonderful time to celebrate, to be with friends, and it does kind of initiate us into the chill summer season. So if you're harboring any discontentment, if there's any stress, anxiety, things built up inside of you, today is a great day to just try to make peace with that and to release it. So it's interesting because that reminds me a little bit of the full moon energy. You know how on the full moon it's like we release, we surrender, we heal, we purify a little bit. It's kind of like a touch of that, but we're celebrating the return of the sun. So anything that's active or creative or light or fun and playful is going to be really great to do right now. This is a great day to do like a ritual. It's more of a day to receive. It's more of a day to welcome in. It's more of an energy of abundance. And so it's a great day to like make a gratitude list. And so if you guys have any ideas for any rituals, please write them down below. If you have anything special that you're going to be doing to celebrate, I'd love to hear about it. I'm just going to go on a walk. I'm probably going to meditate a little bit in the sun. I'm going to take a swim. And yeah, I was thinking about doing something on my altar where maybe I put some like things out for gratitude. So I'm going to be getting a little witchy with it today. I'm having so much fun. So I just want to say happy summer solstice to everybody. And I'd like it if you could take a look at this spread. We're going to get into the pick a card reading here. This pick a card reading is all about how is this summer solstice going to affect you? What does your glow up look like? What can you expect? So, and basically just blessings and abundance and harvest. We're going to go over it. So if you would like this reading to be more personalized for you, take a screenshot of this spread and then you can pull some cards and follow along with me. I highly recommend that. I'm going to try to make this reading as personal as possible, but you know it's a pick a card reading. May not resonate with everyone. Please only take what resonates from this reading. And then when you're ready, go ahead and relax. Ground your energy and take some deep breaths. And then I want you to choose a card, number 1, number 2, or number 3. If you're interested in a personal reading, here's some info about it. You can take a screenshot of that, maybe save it for later. I'm open for readings now that I'm finally settled, I'm not traveling anymore. Love to touch bases with you guys, pull some cards for you, hang out with you, support you with anything you need. And then once you've chosen your card, you can head down below to the comments or descriptions where the timestamps are posted. Just click on your timestamp and you can be instantly fast forwarded to your part in the reading. And I will see you for your reading soon. For those of you guys who choose number 1, let's start with the first part of the spread. We're looking into your summer solstice glow up. Your glow up is here, and this is the card that you chose, number 1 on the spread, which is what wants to come into the light. So basically, what aspect of you wants to come out, wants to step forward, wants to be born. So let's look into it. And we're getting the stag. So this is a card from the Wildwood Tarot, and it symbolizes your destiny. As you can see here, there's this symbol that we see in the Wildwood Tarot a lot, and it's basically like this mirror image of a tree, like the roots and the leaves, the branches, and the whole metaphor symbolism behind this is as within, so without, as above, so below. So you got healthy roots, you've got healthy branches. And so when I see this card, I get this vision that you have been flying under the radar a little bit, doing a lot of healing work, doing a lot of processing, or maybe just really focusing on your own personal hustle or grind, whether that's some type of inner work or maybe something related to your career, or perhaps working on self-love and manifesting a healthy relationship, something like that. You guys are all on a very personal journey, but what you have in common is that you're ready to step forward and show everyone I'm on my true path now. You've been on your true path for a while. You decided to switch gears maybe about 8 to 10 months ago, something around then. Could have been at the beginning of the new year, maybe when you set your intentions for this year, and you've just been silently, quietly working in the background. But now you're ready to launch something into the light. And so this could be a business launch. This could be you literally physically giving birth. Perhaps you're pregnant right now. This could be, you deciding, okay, I'm ready to get out there and date again and to flirt and to mingle. It could be you're ready to attract soul family, or maybe you're ready to put yourself out there creatively so that you can connect with like-minded people and share your gifts. And so this is going to mean something personal to everyone who's here, but what wants to be born into the light for you right now is your true essence, the truth of your being. You're not hiding anymore. You're not stuck in people pleasing and trying to just keep not ruffle anybody's feathers, It's like you're like, I don't care if I'm rebelling against society. I don't care if this person or that person doesn't agree. I'm not going to stay quiet anymore, or I'm not going to hide anymore. I'm going to be my true self. I'm going to go on my true path. I'm going to go where I feel the most alive. It's that kind of energy. It's so beautiful. So to go along with that, next we're going to ask, what are you releasing? Because this is, I would say right now, the summer solstice is very much like you're walking through one door and you're closing it behind you. So it's like you're not going back. So what are you leaving behind? What are you leaving behind? I'm going to stop there. This is totally what I was just picking up on. You were being very discreet for a while about what you were working on behind the scenes, maybe what you were going through, what you were processing, maybe what your plan was, but you're leaving that behind. Now you're at a stage where you need to put this out there so that you can attract, maybe this is customers or clients, or maybe so that you can attract help or support or people to collaborate with, or your soul family or friends or romantic partner. It's like you need to put it out there so that you can attract to you. And so, yeah, you're leaving this behind, no longer being discreet about it, coming out into the light. This is interesting. Sympathetic. I know that many of you guys who follow me here identify as like highly sensitive people or empaths or healers. And so sometimes I know myself as a healer, I tend to put other people first, and coming from a background of codependency and people pleasing like many of us have, it's so hard sometimes to just say no, to draw those boundaries, maybe to insulate yourself or isolate yourself just a little bit so you can focus on you. And I feel like your boundaries have gotten stronger. And, you're at this place where you're realizing, wow, having this time for me was just so nice. Taking this new path has been so great. I'm never going back. I'm not going to go back to putting other people first. You can still be very kind and sympathetic or empathetic to others without, just self-sacrificing and being a total martyr. And so that's what this is about. You're leaving that behind too. Also, I think subconsciously you are someone who always had this idea that you would be very successful in life. You've had these visions of success, but maybe it was something that was more within and you haven't actually experienced a lot of that in your outer reality. So I love getting this. They're saying no longer are these dreams and this vision of yourself being successful in whatever way that is to you. Because I think success is very much a personal thing, everyone defines it differently. And so I feel like you've connected more with what it means for you, and you're allowing yourself once again to step into the light. And so it's no longer just going to be this thing that you think about, you dream about, you hope for, you fantasize about. It's actually going to be your reality. And maybe you're seeing signs of that now. It's so cool. The last thing that you're leaving behind is this feeling that you were inexperienced. You've really worked hard. I always tell people the best defense for imposter syndrome is to just work hard. Because, or one thing a day. Like for me with the tarot, sometimes I still struggle with imposter syndrome, because really with the cards, the more that you learn, the more you realize you don't know, and questions lead to more answers, which lead to more questions, which lead to more answers. It can be very cyclical in nature, but I study every day, and I've done that for over 5 years now, and whenever I feel that imposter syndrome, I just kind of like to reflect and remind myself, you know what, I study every day. I study hard. And, I'm worthy, I'm good enough, it's okay. And so maybe you've done something similar where you've been doing a little bit every day, you've been really consistent with this work, you've been doing this inner growth or this inner development, you really tended to your roots, they're strong and they're healthy now. And now you're seeing, everyone can see the success and the results because the leaves are healthy and shiny and beautiful and there's this fruit. And so no longer are you struggling as much with the imposter syndrome. You're starting to see the fruits of your labor. You're starting to actually get results. And so now you're starting to feel like, wow, like I have more experience now. So that is so cool. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy for you. So let's move on to the next part of the spread. This is just abundance, blessings, and gifts that are coming into your life with this summer solstice. Yes, this is why we're here. So abundance, blessings, and gifts for you. Abundance, blessings, and gifts. What's coming in for you? Abundance, blessings, and gifts. Ooh, I like to see this. So I feel like there's an acknowledgement coming out that you are at some kind of crossroads in your life and you're feeling a little indecisive because you're like, I don't know which path to choose. I could go about it this way or I could go about it this way. I think that the gift is that one of these paths is going to just completely open up for you. The way is going to become clear. You're going to get that inner clarity. And maybe that's what this summer season or this next season in your life is about, is like you're coming to peace and you're relaxing and you're having fun. You're not pushing so hard. You're giving yourself a little break because you already hustled so hard towards everything, did all this inner growth and work. And because of that, you're surrendering, and then the path presents itself to you. And so I see that you're going to have a big victory moment. And I think I see something here about definitely like a financial windfall coming. Because when I see the Empress and the Emperor, I cannot believe I just pulled them together. When does that happen? Also in order, 3 and 4. Whoa, that just hit me. You guys, this is iconic. Okay, so the Emperor and the Empress together reminds me a lot of the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and integrating both parts of those selves within you. When you're too much in the feminine energy, you can become like this card over here. You can become kind of like unhinged and disillusioned and frustrated and too in your emotions, too in your feelings, and it just holds you back and distracts you, and then you just kind of end up tornadoing all the people around you, and it's just this whole thing. So like when this energy is unbalanced, you end up like this. And then the Emperor, if you're too much in your masculine, if the masculine's out of balance, you become too logical almost. You're not thinking with your heart at all. Like everything has to be ordered and structured, and it's like too much black and white thinking, and you can become a little bit aggressive, and you get too caught up in the fear and the greed and the suffering of the world. Kind of like this card over here. Here we go. So when these aspects aren't balanced, it presents more like this. So what I'm seeing is that the blessing that's coming for you is the result of the work you've done, which is integration and balance, and here you are. And so when I look at this, I think you have found a way to strike a balance between your creativity and also like logic, order, and structure. So this, I think, sometimes a creative business or enterprising on a talent you have. I've been saying a lot on the channel that not every gift or talent you have do you need to monetize. You don't need to do that. But I think what I'm looking at here is someone that is stepping out into the world as the Queen of Wands, who is like the divine feminine type of entrepreneur who is just so cherished by everyone around them. People are going to them to purchase like clothing or makeup or get their hair done, or, you know, to take a class, or for maybe horseback riding lessons, or for maybe to commission a work of art, or maybe they're hiring them for social media management or some type of design work or something like that, or photography. Like, those are just some things that I'm spitting out, but basically I'm seeing you living a lifestyle and a life that is more in alignment to you. It's more in alignment with, if you're female or identify as more feminine, maybe more in alignment with your feminine flow, not so harsh with the masculine energy. But this makes me think you've signed paperwork, that you're getting taxes sorted out, that you're signing something, that you're filling out a website, that you're getting things structured and organized so that you can do this work, or so that you can live this lifestyle. This could even be signing the deed to a house or the lease on the new apartment so that you can like live in this space and be more creative. So I love it. I love it. I see a blessing of like lots of, you know, money and abundance to support you, things taken care of, like a release of high stress, you know, to decrease the stress so that you can be more creative, having a workable plan. So these are some blessings I'm seeing for you. I also see this victory moment. I see a big blessing that's coming, is that soon your friends or your family are going to be gathering around you and celebrating something for you. It could just be maybe just be your birthday, and like on that day everybody's just like, wow, you've come so far. Like they're really congratulating you. It could be, like I said, that you find out that you're pregnant. Not for everybody here, don't freak out, that's not your plan. It could be that you're introducing everybody to your new partner and they're like, wow, you just seem so happy. Maybe you met the one, like congrats to you guys or something. It could also be that your friends and family are gathering to send you off somewhere to, you know, celebrate a going away party because you're moving somewhere, or you're going to go take some opportunity, or you're going to travel or something. I also feel like this could be a graduation ceremony, or this could be some type of, you know, launch party or a book release or something like that. And so, yeah, this is so exciting. So we're going to end this reading with just any advice you need to know. This is a very long reading. I just realized I'm getting into it. Any advice that you need to know just from your angels or spirit guides. Well, they're reminding you how important gratitude is. If you're wondering like what to do today on the solstice, even if you've watched this a couple days past the solstice, it's fine. You know, definitely put your gratitude out. This might not be a time to manifest with the solstice. It's more like welcoming in. your guides are telling you don't need to be strong anymore. You can just relax and let go and be in your flow. And there's going to be so many signs that that is the case. No longer do you need to just be strong. You can relax and get into your flow. And this is interesting. I don't like this word obedience. It's so triggering for me, but I kept it and I decided not to throw it away and just keep it in this deck, because I think when I see it like this, it reminds me of trusting yourself, like only listening to your own inner voice, letting that be your authority. And I think that your guides are reminding you as you move forward to listen to yourself, because that's how you got this far. That's how you're going to get this victory moment that's coming, has really just been detaching from the outside influences, the toxic outside influences, because no one's an island, and sometimes we do need help and mentorship and support and education and all that, of course. But this is more about you not like learning to trust yourself more. I think in life there's so many times where we can be taken away from our inner voice, or kind of taught or pick up on the fact that maybe it's not safe for us to listen to ourselves, and you're learning how to integrate that side of you more and trust your inner self. Everything you just went through was preparing you for what you asked for. Maybe now you're going to look back, now that you have this wonderful harvest and abundance, you're going to look back and realize, you know what, there was a purpose for all that, and now I've come to balance. You retained your integrity through the whole thing. And your guides just are tenderly sending you a message that right at this point in time, you need to be 100% honest with yourself about what you want before you move forward. No more people pleasing, 100% honest with yourself. Choose your own path, carve it out for yourself if you have to, and you're going to be on your way. So I hope this message resonates with you. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Peace out. For those of you guys who choose number 2, we're going to get into it with this spread. And the first card we're going to look at is the card that you chose. And this is number 1 on the spread. And we're asking, for those of you guys who choose number 2, this is the card that you chose. We're looking into your glow up, because your glow up is here. It's the summer solstice. And this is the card that you chose, and it's number 1 on the spread. And the question is, what wants to come into the light? So the summer solstice, we're celebrating the return of the light, the return of the sun. It's the longest, sunniest day of the year. And so we're celebrating that energy. So in your life, what wants to come out into the light? And we're getting the 4 of Vessels, the boredom card. Now, don't worry, I don't think you're ready to release your boredom into the world. I actually see kind of a opposite message here. I get this vibe that you have been all work and no play for a really long time. And there were some things that you had to take care of. Sometimes on our journey and on our path, we have to do the hard work. We have to sometimes grit our teeth and just bear it a little bit. It builds character, we have to be responsible. But when we're in that energy too long, it can become out of balance. And then we end up in a state of resistance, and all of our efforts just backfire. And so you might have been there recently, or this has happened to you, and your guides are saying that you're ready to welcome the funnest, most exciting, joyful, blissful summer, or winter if you're on the other side of if you're in the southern hemisphere. Basically the most exciting summer of your life, or winter. So what I see here with this card is that you're gonna probably already experiencing some unexpected opportunities, maybe even windfalls of abundance and cash coming in, and these blessings that are coming, these maybe unexpected things that are happening, all of it is opportunities for you to just let go, let your hair down, have fun, and be young again. We don't always have to take our life so seriously. We don't always have to be doing spiritual growth and grinding towards our dream. Sometimes we just have to say F it, and just forget about it all and just let yourself live. And so I see visions of you going out. I'm not seeing you sitting around the house and scrolling on your phone and watching Netflix and sleeping all day. I see you dancing. I see you partying to a healthy extent. I see you maybe traveling. I see you making new friends, maybe falling in love. Like, I see you trying new things. You know, it's very much going to be an eat, pray, love type of summer for you. And so, yeah, this is what wants to come into the light. You just want to have fun. You just want to feel at one with the source of life. You want to be in that joyful, blissful state. And, you know, because life is what happens all the moments in between. It's not always about you getting, you know, to a certain point. You gotta, sometimes we tell ourselves, once I get this job, once I make this salary, once I get a boyfriend or girlfriend or partner, once I purchase a home, once I get to this status, then I can relax and then I can enjoy my life, because then I'll be living my true life. But you have the opportunity to step into that energy now. And in fact, that will help you to manifest it. So you might be, you know, asked to get a little creative here and to find ways to pull this energy into your present and allow yourself to just have fun, because you deserve it. You're worthy. So next we're going to look and see, kind of in alignment with this energy here, what wants to leave your life. Because right now it's very much like we're walking through a door that's just opened, and then we're going to close it behind us and we're not going back. And so it's kind of a relief. So I'm hoping this part of the message really brings you relief. Okay, these cards just flew right out. Maybe there's been a feeling of desperation. I don't know what it is you're desperate for. Maybe you've been really lonely and you're desperate for a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a partner or a friend. Maybe you've been broke and you've been desperate for money. Maybe you've been desperate for attention. Maybe you've been desperate. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I see this makes me think about addiction. Whatever it is, this energy is leaving. No longer are you going to feel so desperate. I think the opposite of desperation is just like fulfillment and contentment. You know, if your cup is full, you don't need to ask for any more. Like, you're good. And, you know, if your cup is empty, you're thirsty, you're desperate, you know, like shaking that cup around everyone, trying to get them to fill it. I don't know. That's just the vision I get. I feel like you've got this full cup, it's running over, and you're just enjoying it, and you're not feeling so desperate anymore. And then this is like a message that you're going to be gifted something that's going to take this energy away. Perhaps it's already happened, or it will very soon happen after you get this message. I see that for you. It's a gift, and so it's not like you have to work for it. It just comes. Sometimes we do just get things, and we get gifted things. It's so nice. Belonging, artistry, follow. Maybe you felt like you didn't have a lot of time for your art. Maybe you weren't feeling very inspired. Maybe you weren't making it a priority, and that's going to shift. You're going to feel like you have the time, the inspiration, the tools, materials, supplies, and you're going to just blossom and bloom artistically. And maybe you're going to find where you belong. I talk to a lot of people in personal readings, especially my talents and gifts reading I do, people who seem to have a lot of different talents, a lot of different gifts, or they want to express themselves in a lot of different artistic ways. So they're like scattering their energy between like 10 things instead of focusing on like one or two, and maybe just kind of dabbling on the side in the others. And so I feel like maybe that's what this is. You're going to find a type of art that you really connect with. For me, that would be painting and tarot. Lately, that's been my thing. I've been putting a lot of energy into those things, and it does feel nice to have that sense of belonging and like an artistic practice I could do every day. And so it's like you're going to feel more connected to yourself, feel like you can express this side of yourself, maybe even get it out there and connect with other artists, or get on a path with it. And getting on a path with it, I see this follow card. They're saying follow this path, follow your artistry. This is where you belong. You're an artist. Amazing. So the next part of the reading you're going to love, because we're just looking into blessings, abundance, and gifts. We already saw something about a gift that was coming for you. I'd like to clarify more of that. So blessings and abundance and gifts that are coming to you. Well, I'm just going to take a look at this. That just came right up. The balance card. you know, so you're gonna be feeling like things are going in perfect timing. You're gonna be feeling balanced. And I'm getting this message in my mind, like balance with your physical body. Maybe you've been feeling tired or worn out, or maybe there's been some health issues or something. I see balance coming in. I see you de-stressing. That's a beautiful, beautiful gift. What else? Blessings, abundance, harvest. What's coming through for you at this time with the solstice? A stronger connection with your intuition, which can benefit you in many ways. When you feel more connected with your intuition, that still small voice inside, the voice of your consciousness, I get this sense that it's going to be easy to trust, you know, the choices you need to make, the path that you need to go on, what needs to happen. You know, you can draw healthier boundaries with people around you. You can create a beautiful reality for yourself. So feeling more in touch with your intuition, not feeling like you have to look outside so much, looking within. Now over here, a blessing is you moving on. So you're moving on from something. I see people who are moving on from maybe you're just upgrading to a bigger home, a bigger space, a better neighborhood. It could even be like you're moving countries, or you're moving states or districts, or moving neighborhoods. I definitely am seeing literally moving, and that being a huge blessing because it's like everything coming together. Maybe it's coming down so last minute and you're like, how am I going to do this? But I see it working out for you. I also see you finding something more meaningful to do with your life. I do get visions of people who are leaving their job or finding a new job or creating a new path for themselves. It's like you want to give your life more meaning. So yeah, moving on, finally leaving a difficult situation behind. Any other blessings, abundance, harvest coming to you? Oh, this is the dreamer or the fool. This is about taking a risk, taking a leap of faith. It's also a travel card. So perhaps you're going to be doing some travel over the next couple months, expanding your horizons. And, you know, the energy is going to really support you to take a leap of faith. I always tell people, take a calculated risk. But if there was ever a time to take a big risk in your life, it would be right now. Make sure it's a calculated risk, but you can do it. The energy is going to support you. Things are going to fall into place. You know how sometimes we try to take a risk, we try to take that leap, but the door's shut and it's just not the right timing. Well, the blessing and abundance harvest you're receiving right now is that it's the right timing. Everything's going in your favor. You finally get to do that thing you've been wanting to do for so long, or make that move you've been wanting to make for so long. And yes, very unexpected opportunities as well. So incredible. Let's pull you a final message. Anything else that your guides, angels want you to know? Final advice. This is kind of a long one today. I hope you enjoy. We're getting into it. Your guides are telling you to trust your awakening. Trust the awakening process. Newsflash, the dark night of the soul doesn't last forever. It does last a very long time. From the work I do with clients, it does seem to last upwards of 2-3 years. At least for me, my dark night really was like 3 years. Seems to be, for many people, it's going to last a couple years. It's not always like a month or two. But I get this sense it's been a couple years for you, and like the worst of it really is over, and at a certain point you got to come out into the light. And so they're like, look, trust this process, trust that you awaken for a reason. And this is very personal to everyone. Watch my spiritual awakening series on the channel underneath my Rainbow Talks playlist if you're like, what the hell is that? I kind of explain it there, but I'll just say quickly that awakening is a lot of times just awakening to the truth of who you are. And, you know, as we go through life, through conditioning from society, from our parents, from people at school, from just everything, like we sometimes are kind of shaped and molded into a version of ourselves that we don't really resonate with. And so at a certain point, you know, if that happens too hard, we tend to break down and we tend to want to redefine ourselves and just be like, this is the true me. Like, I'm coming out into the world. This is what I want. I'm changing paths. I'm changing directions, and I'm going to be my true self now. And so that's basically what this is. Like, you can trust this process. It needed to happen eventually, that you shedded the conditioning and that you shedded all of the things that were projected onto you, and you're taking your power back, and like you're imprinting onto this reality instead of letting this reality just imprint onto you. So you're being more intentional and beautiful. It's creating some amazing changes in your life, and it's gotten you this far. You guys want to tell you to listen, continue to listen to yourself, because you weren't able to trust your inner self there in your earlier journey, but now you trust yourself more because you've built trust with yourself. You build trust with yourself when you take the time to listen to your inner self and what it wants, and when you meet your needs and you follow your dreams. You stay consistent with it. It's how you build a good relationship with yourself. It's how you practice self-love. Your guides are saying that there are some people in your life right now that just might not be vibing with you anymore. It might be a specific person. This could be love related. Maybe you've been processing something because someone's not returning the energy that you're putting to them. This could even be in a friendship that's just really one-sided or something. I don't know necessarily what they're trying to tell you about this. I just feel like they're saying pay attention. You're not obligated to stay friends with anybody or to fulfill a certain role in someone's life. Sometimes relationships change. Sometimes you need to put up healthy boundaries or walk away from something. Sometimes you're just not it for someone, and you have to accept that and not obsess over it, Yeah, they're saying that there's some trauma that's been coming up related to rejection and abandonment. But they're saying this is healing. This is resolving quickly, that like this is what you were going through during the retrograde and during the, those eclipses. But you're ready to just say, you know what? I love me. I choose me. I validate myself. I believe myself. I'm not going to abandon myself. I'm going to be here for myself through this. Everyone else can do what they're going to do. It's not my business. It's about me now. That's the energy that I get. Whoa. Yeah, and your guides are just saying this healing you went through was worthwhile, that like now you're here, you have this perspective you have, and I just see you've grown and matured so much. Oh, I could just keep pulling you cards forever. I hope that this reading resonates with you. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I will see you next time. Peace out. For those of you guys who choose number 3, let's go ahead and get your message. So we're looking into your glow up for this amazing summer solstice day that we have upon us. And this is the first part of the spread, the card that you chose. And the question is, what wants to be born into the light right now? What wants to come into the light? Because that's what we're celebrating today. And even if you're watching this, sometime in the future, a couple days from the solstice, that's okay. This energy is still very strong around you. What wants to come into the light? Wow. This energy is so profound and intense. You are in the middle of a major life change or transition. Like, I get the energy of someone who's just like leaving it all behind, walking away. And there are times where we have to do that, where we have to just say, you know what? This doesn't serve me anymore. Or I love that quote about how like learning how to get up from the table if love is no longer being served. It's that kind of energy. And there's this is the balance card, but it's reversed. And I take it as a sign of imbalance. You have been living in a situation or in a relationship or working somewhere, something kind of like that, engaging in something that is just not it for you anymore. And it's time to just walk away. And so this is what wants to be born into the light. But I feel like instead of this being a situation where you walk away out of anxiety and out of fear and with your tail tucked and your head low and like no plan and just like, going off into this scary energy, it's almost like you're walking away with your head held high. You're walking away out of dignity and respect. You're walking away with a beautiful plan. You're walking away through doors that are just opening and abundance is being showered upon you. You know, there's people clapping in your wake, you know, cheering you on. Maybe there's people walking with you. It's that kind of energy of like a celebration. And so I do feel like it's the end of one season in your life, of course, and the beginning of a new one. This could even be something like graduating and going out into the world to establish yourself. It could be some type of rite of passage. It could be you, maybe it could be you getting married soon. Maybe you're engaged and you're about to get married. You know, this could be walking down the aisle. You know, literally leaving one chapter, one part of your life behind and entering into this union. But I also see quite the opposite. I see a lot of people who chose this card because you're in a breakup, you're in the middle of one, you went through one recently, or you're about to go through one. And it's almost like this is not it, and you know, and this is just isn't it, and you got to walk away. Maybe you have to walk on your own, and maybe you just want to go back on Tinder and find someone new, and you just want to try to fill that void with anything. But like there's this energy of like being strong to stand alone, being strong to walk your own path, and using this time and this void almost to initiate yourself into something new, create something new, open up to possibilities. It does make me feel like there's such an emptiness around you, not in like a bad way. It just feels like a blank canvas, a blank slate. Because when you completely walk away from all the drama and then you just like go into peace, it's you're gonna realize that you have a lot of time now, you have a lot of space. What are you gonna fill it with? And so there's so many new things that can be born in this energy and in this void. But yeah, I actually feel like that's what wants to come into the light. It's almost like, you know, this side of you that was ready to just burn it all down, leave it behind, and move on or start over. And I see that it's beautiful. So kind of in accordance with that, we're looking into what are you letting go of? What are you releasing? Because as we walk through this door of the summer solstice, we're shutting it behind us and we're not going back. And so there are some things we are leaving behind for good. And, you know, I hope that this part will reassure you or uplift you, this part of the reading. Well, maybe you were hoping that you would work it out with this person you were dating, or that you would be reunited with someone, or that maybe you could get something back from the past. Or maybe I just feel like there's a side of you that was clinging to something from the past, whatever that may be. And it's like you're accepting fully that it's now, you're looking ahead with positivity to the future. You're more excited about what you can create than what you've lost. I love that. What are you leaving behind? Honestly, they're not answering the question. This happens sometimes. I feel like, you know, what you're walking away from, what you're leaving behind, is we talked a little bit about that, but this is just a random message that's coming up for you. I have to say it. It was so specific. They're saying that there's some type of valuable project that you've been thinking about doing, or that you've wanted to get started, or maybe you've been messing around with it in the background, and they're saying that this is the right time. Quick. Start this project now. Get on this path now. It's going to be really valuable to you. Maybe it'll provide value to others or bring value into your life. Maybe this is, you know, value. Sometimes I think about money, bringing in abundance for you. So I don't know if that resonates or who's here that needed to hear that. Maybe there's like one person watching who's like needed that. That happens sometimes in my pick a card readings. So I'm going to throw that out there. Okay, so the next part of the reading is my favorite. What blessings and abundance and gifts and fruit is coming to you, because that's what we're celebrating with the summer solstice. It's just like this harvest and blessings and abundance. It's a wonderful time. So I want to see what's coming in for you. Blessings and abundance. Blessings and abundance and gifts from the universe. Okay, these cards are honestly telling a story of a lot of the people and the situations around you, are you really like not doing well right now? Or are you just surrounded by a bunch of assholes? You'd be surprised when you cut out the toxic people from your life, how fast you return back to peace and your natural state. Sometimes just like as empaths, we don't always, we tend to absorb and sometimes soak up other people's emotions and energies. And when you're in an environment that's toxic, like it's really hard to hold and shine the light in those environments. Two opposing frequencies cannot occupy the same space at the same time. So, if you're here, these people are here or whatever, it's more likely they're going to pull you down than you are to lift them up. It's a lot harder to lift someone up than it is for them to just pull you down. And so that's what's been going on. You might be having this perception that your life sucks, that nothing's going right for you, that you're doomed to suffer. But is that really your perspective, or is that the perspective of the people around you, or the people that you're living with, or the people that you're working with, or something? So I see the blessing is that you're finally able to cut this out. Here's the King of Swords, ready to just chop this energy out. And everything just keeps going back to these original cards I pulled for you. Your guides and angels are telling you, get out, walk away, leave it behind. Trust that you'll be fully supported. You don't have to suffer in this. You don't have to suffer in silence. And so the gift and the blessing is literally the ability to walk away. The money or the abundance or the means to walk away. The courage and the strength to walk away. Opportunity to walk away. And so I don't know who needs to hear this, but this message just keeps repeating the same thing over and over. And they're talking about this project for you that's going to be really valuable, that you might start, that you should do it quick, not give up on it. Yeah, I don't know. I think the last part of the reading, let's just open it up to final advice from your angels and guides. Maybe they'll have more to say about it. This one in particular, number 3, just kind of took on its own meaning. You need to know. Final messages, please clarify. Whoa. You know what? Remember how I got this message that you're going to walk away with your head held high and just totally unbothered? That's what this is about. Extraordinary forgiveness. Forgiveness, I don't like that word. I like to say, instead of forgive someone or forgive yourself, I think, don't blame yourself. Don't judge yourself. Don't hold, resentment. Don't let it affect you. Don't let it boil you up in anger. I think at a certain point, you need to process anger and frustration and the bitterness at who did you wrong or whatever situation screwed you over. But I just feel like your guides are saying that you're at this point where it's not going to mean much. Maybe if anything, you'll pity these people or this situation or circumstance. But it's just going to be more like, you know what? Whatever, I bow to your path and I move on. I honor you and your choices and like your karma, whatever it is you're doing here on this planet. Who's to know? Who's to say? Not my business. I'm just gonna go over here where I can do my thing because for some reason you just hell bent on preventing me from that. Whatever it is. But yeah, extraordinary forgiveness to where you're not bitter and you're not like festering. It's not keeping you from sleeping. You're just at peace and you're like, you know what? Whatever. It's sad for them. They gotta live like that, but I'm over here doing my thing. Kind of like that sort of energy. Yeah, your guides are saying that it's a process. It's been a long process for you to get here, They want you to visualize the process. I should have pulled more cards before I started reading that one. They're telling you you really need to visualize your path moving forward. If you're still trying to manifest getting out of this situation, sometimes you're the miracle. Sometimes you're the one that opens the door. You don't always just gotta wait for a savior. You're the savior. You're gonna save yourself. And so I remember once I went and got a reading, one of the first readings I ever got, and I had a lot of questions, of course, and I wanted to change my whole life. And I remember this reader telling me of a manifestation method, and she said, I told her I'd been vision boarding. She's like, but what you need to do is you need to start your vision board with where you've been in the past. So kind of use the vision board to tell the story of your life and kind of roadmap and just like kind of weave it until where you're at right now. And then from there, kind of visualize what would happen next. Like, so for where you're at right now and the situation you want to get out of, what would, you know, if you were moving forward, where would you be a month from now, realistically? What would the next step be? You know, not the end game. So basically, you know, starting in the past, weaving the division board up to where you're at right now, and then like kind of slowly, step by step, weaving, you know, visual pictures, representations, writing of like how you would get to the next phase. And there's also this thing on TikTok. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It's been going viral. It's this girl who decided to use Canva and make like a PowerPoint presentation about herself and her life and like who she is. And she got like really organized with it, and she like manifested her $1 million lifestyle with it. That's basically what it is. That's road mapping. It's like telling the story of who you are and like who you want to be and like maybe where you've been and how you get there. And so, you know, this could be very powerful for you right now. I think that's the last piece of advice I'll leave you with. Maybe an action step if you want to align with this. So yeah, wow, oh my gosh, so many messages. You have to let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Thank you so much for coming to my channel, and I will see you next time. Peace out.